Hello all, I hope you are well in these extraordinary times. I would like to welcome you all to the Fintech Finance Virtual Arena where we're hosting you today. In this special arena, we're going to be looking at, and actually Sam, I'm gonna mispronounce this, so I'm gonna go for it. We're looking at Krungsri Finnovate.
Correct.
Excellent. Yes, excellent. And Sam, I'm also going to butcher your surname, but again, I'm going to go for it. Sam Thanskul?
Tanskul, correct.
Tanskul. Sam Tanskul. Yes, got there. Excellent. How are you doing, Sam? How's everything going in Thailand?
Good. We are in good shape now in Thailand, but we're still in the country is still closed. But we hope that the economics in the country will be recover soon. So wish us luck that the economic should be something better in hopefully in Q4 this year, or might be in Q1 next year. But we see the situation.
Let's take a step back from the pandemic for a moment. Um, let's start with the problem. What is, from your perspective, what is the biggest issue that's facing financial services as an industry as a whole and the fintech ecosystem in Thailand and the whole Southeast Asia region?
I think the problems or the pain points of the financial service mainly in Southeast Asia and including Thailand is the convenient and accessible. So in the past, if you can see in 2 or 3 years ago, where we have to go to the branch to get all the financial services, everything is still have to be using the wet signature. You have to read a whole like 10 pages on the application and the documents in order to get a loan. And each loan might take in about 7 days, 3 to 7 days per loan to be given. So that was a pain time that we have seen in the past. So right now, lots of fintech startups or the giant tech companies, either from Europe, either from China, has invaded or has come to this region and offering the products that killing the pain points of the clients right now. But what we have seen in these 1 or 2 years, even before COVID pandemic, we have seen the most of the banks in Southeast Asia right now has been turning from the traditional bank to be the digital banking. But we have seen the same models in Europe that most of the banks right now offering the what we call the digital products, whereas in customer doesn't have to go to the branch anymore. Especially in what we see in countries like Indonesia, in Vietnam, and right now in Thailand just has started on the digital products, which is mean end to end that we can do all the e-signature, e-KYC, and everything get loan on the spot. So right now, I think we have seen in Thailand during, especially in the COVID period, the March and April, where the country has been locked down. Even some of the branch and the banks has been closed, and we have seen the most of the people using on the digital products, such as the saving products, open the saving accounts, using on the mobile application. So this has been changing dramatically in these 2 years.
Looking at the KYC, is that driven by regulation or is that now driven more by the technology itself and by the consumer demand?
Okay, I think it depends on the country. What I know in Indonesia, it happened by the fintech company, by the startup, and then regulation will come afterwards. But in Thailand, and I know in Singapore as well, it's started by the regulators. And we have just, I think this has been discussed, I think, a couple of years to conclude what is going to be the eKYC. So in Thailand right now, we are using the central bank regulations on the eKYC right now. And they are starting with the banks products. and it will be move on to other financial institutions like securities companies, mutual fund companies, and it will move to fintech startup very soon.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's look at yourselves. What are you guys doing at this moment to basically work within this space in this well, coming out of COVID environment? Now that there's been a lot of lessons learned about things like e-signatures, like that you don't necessarily need a branch to open up a bank account or take a loan. What's your macro kind of approach to this?
Okay, so I think we have a pain points in the same as any other countries, and I think the Minister of Finance in Thailand, including the Bank of Thailand governor, have been listening to the banks right now. The main drivers, I think, it come from both the customers as well as the banking business, where we seen that it's not worth enough to work in this traditional banking style where we have to ask customer come, and we need to, and right now, as you know, that everything has been controllable on the revenue side. We cannot increase the revenue much like in the other days. The interest rate has been capped, and the fees has been capped by the regulation. However, we have to see that how can we cut the cost down? How can we reduce the operational expenses? So that we come up with, and we found out that digital product is the key thing that we could reduce the cost significantly. In the old day, we have to pay the cost to the salespeople. Right now, if we sales online, so we don't need it anymore. In the old day, we need to print all the documents to customer to sign out. We need branch staff to sell. So now we don't need it anymore. And everything now, it can be done within half an hour and can be remit the loan to customers. And right now, in the old day, it might take 7 days, and we take at least 10 staff to do that one. So it has been changed on this one. And it is the key driver to save the cost and to maximize the profit for the bank. So we need to use the digital products.
Excellent. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the digital products. Obviously, now you do a lot of work on the venture side of things, on the venture capital. What are some of the innovations that you have seen recently? And is there a focus on, say, building like a speedboat neobank, or is this more for internal technology to deploy to enhance customer experience, to lower costs, etc.?
I think it used to, the technology is a key thing to drive this faster. We are using we are finding the best technology. For example, the eKYC thing. For eKYC technology, it has been proven that most of the banks in Southeast Asia right now are using the Chinese technologies, and especially on the face recognition. We believe that the face recognition from Chinese technology would be proven enough for the Asian people to do it under the face recognition, because they have done over a billion of Chinese people already. That's why if they come to Southeast Asia, it would be fast and would be easier to caching the Asian look on the facial recognition. So that's why we have seen, we have tested out, we have compared to other technologies, and we have seen that that's why we have to adopt it on this eKYC one. Plus on that, on the eKYC thing, to prove it that it can, the governor of Thailand has been said that they don't want any fraudulent cases on the eKYC, even a single percent. They want to have this happen. That's why we have created what we call blockchain technology to do on eKYC. It has been named the National ID Project, NDID project, where all the banks are sitting on the same blockchain technologies. For example, my bank, if customer would like to open the account of Krungsri Bank, Bank A, they have to they have to download our application, and our application will be asking which bank this customer has already been opened. Suppose they open already Bank B. our bank, our mobile application will link to the blockchain and asking the bank B to confirm which is the real customer or not. And suddenly on the bank B mobile application will be pop up and ask the customer that, could you please confirm that you are opening the account of bank A? If customer confirm, it will be going to the blockchain and confirming back to bank A, and it will be done. It might not take that smooth and fast as like other countries, but in order to ensure that in no fraudulent case, I think this is a very good way to ensure that there is no one can copy on this one, or no one can float on this bank saving accounts. So it had been done. So I think the key one is the technology.
Absolutely, you are preaching to the choir there. That's I know they're doing a similar thing out in the UAE, having that blockchain-based national identity program. I mean, that just makes fraud drop off the chart.
Mm.
Eh,
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, can you tell us a little bit about Krungsri? What is this program?
Oh, okay. So actually, before come to Krungsri Finnovate, we have a program called Krungsri. So it is the first corporate fintech accelerator in Thailand. So we have been done for 4 years on this project. So we have 4 batches already. The first year was, I think this year is 2020, it was 2016. And that time in Thailand, there was only 20 fintechs in Thailand. And we inviting everyone to join our accelerators in order to learn and see how the fintech startup work. The main objective of the Krungsri is to make the ecosystem of the fintech in Thailand and to let them have the project with the bank. We believe that the fintech would be successful if they work well with the banks, if they have synergies project with the bank. And Krungsri Bank is opening to be working with them. This is the same model that we are using from our parents company, parents banking, which is Mitsubishi Financial Group, MUFG in Japan. They also have the MUFG Accelerator Program, which are using the same model where we partner with the fintech startup, sitting together in the campus for 3 months and coming on the demo day and prove that they can be working with our business units. And it has been proven that the winner from the batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, we successfully invested in that company, and it has been used from that that year until now.
Excellent. Well, taking into account the technology, obviously your macro approach to solving the problem, your partnerships, and you're working in synergy with fintechs. What does this mean for the bank, for the banking group as a whole, and what's the knock-on effect for consumers? The SME owner looking for a loan, what does it mean for the consumer looking to open a bank account? What's the big knock-on effect?
Okay, I think you mean in terms of fintech, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it depends. It depends on the country. I think we have a different business objective within in UK or in Europe, where most of the fintechs are banks competitors. If you've seen that, you have a SME mobile app, SME bank like Thai. You have a lot of the neo banking, digital banking startup. But in Thailand, we haven't in Southeast Asia currently. I could say currently, most of the startup are not the bank's competitors. Most of the startups are the fintech startup are bank's companion. I mean, they have the technology. Bank has the customers. So how can we collaborate each other, not for competing in Thailand currently? So now we are sourcing on the technologies and come out. Example for SME, they might have the accounting platform, a cloud accounting platform, which bank doesn't have it. How can we partner with the cloud accounting platform, and all the transaction from the bank can be fed to the platform instantly, without customer have to do the reconciliation, or everything. It will be then automated one. So this is part of the how can the SME will be using this platform. Also, our business unit for who taking the SME also right now in Thailand, we are offering the startup products to this SME. That model startup is connected to our bank. So right now we are helping the SME even to buy the product of the startup. It's still different in Europe, where most of the startup are competing with the bank neck to neck. But in Thailand, it's quite different.
Excellent. One of the most exciting things about these partnerships and about this digitization is the opportunity when it comes to personalization, because it's like having your own team of personal bankers. The fact that there's automation on the data on yourself. What are some of the things that you're doing within the personalization space for your consumers?
Okay. I could say in both of the banking and the fintech thing. Right now, I think we are working very hard on the personalization. I think we coming with a new term, hyper personalization. So more than personalized, I mean, we have to know and understand customer, offer the right products at the right time, at the right place. This is the motto of the bank that we are working very hard. We are using the data science team to offer the product. Also, the bank in Thailand, we could say that most of the big bank in Thailand has the what we call the super app mobile banking application. We're not just only offering the banking products to the customers. We are offering that you can do the hotel booking on the our mobile app. You can use booking the Uber or Grab in our app as well, because we would like to know all the data that customer lifestyle and create the super app, because we need to understand more. We need to personalize the right product to the right customer. So this is what we have been doing very hard. I think most of the top banks in Thailand are working very hard and fight. And the reason is that we are finding the startup of fintech who could help us as well, who have the data that we could leverage on this product and offering to the customer. Either the same, the fintech, some of the fintech that we have invested in right now, using what we call the Robo advisor to understand and also to offer the right product using the Robo to offering to the customer, because the product is quite mass. The customer has a big chunk. You cannot offering them by using a sales staff to offer the product right now. So they are building the Robo advisor to be one of the help from the bank or from that fintech startup to recommend the right product to customer. So we do have a wealth management Robo advisor wealth management platform that we have invested in, and they are one of the biggest in Southeast Asia now on the Robo advisor wealth management platform. So they use this personalization to either communicate with customers.
What's then the approach of where the human touch comes in? So how do you then decide, oh, actually, this is something that we don't want to automate. This is something that, particularly on the wealth side, you kind of want to have that human person.
Correct. We have done the research, and exactly since from you have said that Robo advisor could not answer everything correctly. So right now the trend has been shifted from Robo advisor to be hybrid Robo advisor. I think we have seen the model from Europe and America, that they would like to, firstly, like 5 years ago, they introduced Robo Advisor, and it didn't work to all customer segments. However, some customer segments like high-end, high network customer, you still need a people or a salesperson or a relationship manager to offer to talk with them. So right now, even our bank as well as our fintech that we have invested in doing the wealth management platform are shifting from full Robo to hybrid Robo. So all the high network customer right now, so we offer both relationship manager and the Robo advisor. Sometimes if it support it very mass, like maybe 2 days ago, For example, there is a crash in US stock market. Relationship manager is not able to call everyone at the same time because they have to sell the mutual fund that time. So that time they have to use a Robo advisor. Afterward, relationship manager can call to the customer and explain. And they don't have to, right now, they don't have to go to see customer at their home. They can use online mobile application. They can show the graph. They can show all the trend and ask the customer whether you want to reinvest now. You can encourage them even without walking to their home. So I believe that the hybrid Robo is coming now.
Excellent, excellent. Well, the last thing I always love asking this at the end because it's always a lot more interesting. Who are you and what do you look after?
Okay, who am I? So I have been in the banking for 20 years. My first job is in a bank, in the Singaporean bank. And I moved to GE Capital, looking on the consumer products. And then 5 years ago, my boss asked me, and I have also felt that the product is never improved anything. It's still using the traditional way, and I would like to make it digitalized. So 6 years ago, I changed my role to be the head of innovation. So on the consumer products of the banks, and to digitalize all the product and create the mobile application to customers. So right now we already have like 5 million customers using our mobile application. And then I also extended my roles to cover the corporate venture capital of the banks, investing in startups. So right now we have invested almost 10 startups right now in 3 years. And those startups are working closely with the bank right now. So in the past, as long as I have been in the banking industry for 20 years, so the unfair advantage of me is that I know most of the product banks quite well, and I know how banks people pain, and might be the very first one in Thailand who involved with the fintech startup. So right now I'm the board member of the Thai Fintech Association in Thailand. I'm helping the Thai Fintech together with all the folks in Thailand with the Krungsri Rice on the Rice team. So I partner with the Rice team to help to promote the Thai startup, or even we also welcome the startup from abroad. We have worked with many fintechs from UK right now, and many of them are unicorn also are coming to Thailand. So we are the welcoming bank for them to be working with.
Actually, I always love asking that because it's on one side with innovation, there tends to be a lot of innovation theatre, but the fact that you're obviously working within the bank and on the rise on the innovation lab side of things, how do you avoid doing innovation for innovation's sake? How do you actually ensure that stuff gets done?
As you say, I have the external team. The external is the fintech team who be working outside from the bank. And I also have my innovation lab team. So I have the innovation lab team who are working with the new technology, either from startup or from the big tech company. And to be proven, they are also doing what we call proof of concept or POC, whether this technology is matched to the bank's business unit. So we have the team to be tested. And if it tested well, and if we were to roll out, then we move this from innovation lab team and giving to the business unit to be working out. For example, we are working in Thailand. We are the first bank to launch the chatbot with voice and non-voice on the chat side. So right now we're doing the project called AI Voice. We have the team from tech team, big tech team from Asian team, working with Thailand team together. And we have the innovation lab team to test it out whether the voice, Thai voice and Thai language, or the national language understanding NLU is accepted for our banking's product. For a year, we have tested and it had been proven that it been worked. Then we hand off this project to our call center team. to roll out the project. So luckily that I also have the external team to sourcing the technology. We have the innovation lab team to be working, and we have another team who be working closely with business unit and run the project with them. So this has been to be end to end.
I haven't actually seen that kind of approach there, but that seems to be, well, a bloody good way of doing it. Sam, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. What's the best way of reaching out to you?
Can find me from LinkedIn, Sam Tanskul. It's easily to find me, Sam Tanskul on LinkedIn.
Brilliant, excellent. Well, Sam, thank you very much again, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Ali.